What is up, everybody? Back with another live. This one mainly targeted at all of my European folks. I know in Europe it's about 8 p.m. right now. Usually I don't go on until way later because my workday doesn't stop until another 6 hours. But currently on lunch, I'm on my lunch break, so I get to talk to you guys a bit. I wanted to switch it up. I also feel like the last couple of lives, I was very low energy, and so I wanted to experiment with coming on a little bit earlier. As you guys know, I started my cut last week. Um, Obviously, I was already doing it last week, but then when when my party came around and obviously I drank, it set me back. So I feel like the real that was like the pre-week cut, right? The real cut has started yesterday. So the idea is to lose 3 kilos in 6 weeks. And if I can successfully do that, I should be pretty damn lean. I should be very lean if I can pull that off. So let's see. Let's see if I can actually do it. Um, in the meantime, guys, let's get this thing on the road. Ask me anything you want to talk about, anything you want to discuss. I have a solid 30 minutes for you guys to get into any topic. Papuna, my day is great. Um, Took me 2 days to recover from the party. Pro tip: if you want to start a cut, do it like right after a massive party. Like that's real. Like I absolutely indulged in alcohol on Saturday. I got really drunk, and then of course I needed like the worst day is Monday because Sunday you wake up and you're still kind of like you're still buzzed, and then it doesn't fully hit you until Monday. So then after that, needless to say, I have like now I don't want to drink for a while. I'm good, and so that's just always a good way to start off a cut. Just having the desire to be healthy and eat healthy. Um, I will. The idea is to do 6 weeks, and then in 6 weeks I'll go to Belgium and get my surgery done. I know a lot of you guys were asking about that. We're asking about the schedule as it pertains to that. What's up, Iwa? How you doing? How are you doing today, girl? Happy to catch you early today. What do you guys got going on? For me, it's like a normal working day, so I already spent the first part of my day on the job. I also had a client call already. Got up early. Hey, Iwa, coming through with the super generous donation. Thank you so much. Shout out Canada. Iwa, do you know that? So, are you familiar with Trailer Park Boys, the show? Trailer Park Boys? Because that's the show I grew up watching. I have every single season on DVD. I have the whole box set. What's up, Heisenberg? My height is 6'4", which translates to 1 meter 94 centimeters. On a good day. I always say that's like the perfect height. Like I would not want to be an inch taller because there's a lot of things people don't know about being tall. It's like everybody wants to be tall, but like first of all, it's hard not to look lanky when you're tall. Like me getting bigger and me getting into bodybuilding, I feel had a lot to do with that. Um, Also, posture. As a tall person, you always tend to do this. Like I constantly have to remind myself to cock back my shoulders and maintain good posture. It's like an ongoing thing I have to be conscious of. I have been to Bali. I didn't like it. I ended up leaving earlier than I planned. I ended up changing my ticket to come back earlier. I For me it's just too touristy. It has too much of the European crowd. Specifically the people that never travel. I feel like people that are scared to travel that go to Bali because it's so safe, if that makes sense. But everybody likes it, so don't take my opinion too serious. Like I'm literally my opinion is very much against the grain, unpopular opinion. I just didn't like it. I did not like it. What do you think about it, Eva? I'm almost 40 and lifting for a few days. Any tip would hammer curl benefit of riding biceps? I look just someone who works out a little bit. Bro, if you wanna, yeah, it's not like it's kind of a myth that a certain exercise will get you like doing a hammer curl or doing a straight bicep curl. It's not gonna have a different effect on the width of the bicep. A muscle is a muscle, and you can get it bigger or smaller. The idea, the notion that you can change the shape of a muscle through a certain movement is a myth. The shape is predetermined through genetics. So you can only make it bigger, and that's it. And then it'll be so like that's why we like, for example, like a bicep peak. You know those guys that have that tennis ball bicep. It's nothing they did to get that. They just trained biceps. I have a long bicep, so I'll never have that like that insane tennis ball peak. Even though I have a really big arm, like my bicep is really big, especially for being natural. And maybe you can't even tell, but like look next to my head, how big it is. But I'll never have that tennis ball because it's not in my genetical package. I would recommend you one of the most underrated bicep exercises is underhanded pull-ups, which are a staple of mine. I would highly recommend you that. Have you ever been to Poland? So my sister used to work in Poland for like 4 years. She was like the big boss of the company in Procter and Gamble, of the Procter and Gamble factory, like in Poland. So I have visited her. I liked it. I thought it was. I mean, I had a good time, and then I went to Krakow with some friends on another trip. I'm sorry to hear that you have migraines, but yeah, I like Poland. It was fun. Good people. So yeah, Papuna official. Try under like put your grip like this and do underhand pull-ups. Guys, let's get some thumbs going. We got 12 people and 2 thumbs. I do want to give a big shout out to Iwa for the donation. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Krakow is nice. All right, guys, let's get the best questions going. I'm here. I'm hungry. Right after this, I'll be training legs. And then tonight, I'm watching the Timberwolves, the Wolves of Minnesota, take on the Thunder of Oklahoma City. I'm invested. You guys know I love NBA basketball, and it's the playoffs, so it's like the single greatest time of the year. See. When are you going back home? 6 weeks. So it actually it perfectly coincides with the length of my cut. I want to show up shredded. Like right now, I'm at the perfect exact point of the cut. Like I have a lot of muscle. I'm very full. I added a lot of size, and but I'm starting to spill over. I'll give you guys a physique update. I'll show you guys so you can see what a natural body looks like with a lot of muscle. So this is where we're at. Like as you can tell, all I need to lose is 3 kgs, and I will look absolutely phenomenal. And I say that humbly, but I've never been this big while still being relatively lean. I know I'm not lean, guys, but you can still see the striations of my midsection, of my abs. That never used to be the case. So if I can get rid of like 3 kgs of just fat, and of course a little bit of muscle, but if I can lose 3 kgs in 6 months, I think I will look my best ever. I'll be big, I'll be strong, but also lean as hell. So that's why I feel like it's a great time to do a cut. Who's winning the chip? I mean, OKC's the favorite, but I'm riding with Ant-Man. Wolves. Bro, be careful. I saw the news about a Mexican influencer girl who was shot dead while live on TikTok. I mean, bro, things can happen, man. Things happen. That it is what it is. I promise you that I'm not vlogging in any neighborhood where people are getting shot at or shot. Like, um, that is not the plan. That's not what we're doing. So I appreciate it, though. I appreciate the concern. Also, guys, I'm still taking on new clients. So if any of y'all is looking to work with a mentor or a life coach, you can hire me. This is my email, lorenz.dries@gmail.com. Also, feel free to make PayPal donations to that ID if you want to support the channel, or you can hit the thumb, which doesn't cost a thing, or you can click on the $ below the chat box and make a super chat donation. Once again, big thanks for Miss Ela Hodge, always supporting the channel and making sure this remains viable, and I keep pouring my all into this for you guys. I feel like Brunson is the most clutch playoff player left. Yeah, man, he's next level. Don't underestimate SGA, though. SGA is pretty damn clutch, too. And Halliburton, even though I don't even like him that much. Bro, the NBA is in the best position, in my opinion, it's ever been. It's just competitive, unpredictable. The new guard is here. A lot of young players that are really good are here. So I love it, man. I love the Denver series. But I'm happy that OKC won, even though Denver was my team and Jokic is my guy, because Denver ran out of gas. So I would rather see a team advance that's healthy. You know what I mean? All right, guys, let's get some good questions going. Let's get some good stuff going. Remember, this is a collaborative effort, and the better the questions you ask me, the better the content for all the people watching this delayed. Because that's really like, if the live, like you may have noticed, like the last time I did live, I took it down, like I made it private because I didn't think it was good enough. Like I don't want to waste people's time listening to a live. I don't care about the views. I don't care about the money I get for the watch time if it's not good. Has anybody seen the new Andor? I'm heavy. I'm getting heavy into Andor again. That's like a TV show. Star Wars. Yeah, man, I agree. Stars on Mars. Is Thunderbolts any good if you've seen it? Isn't that this like super old school show from like these like not anime characters, but it's like it used to be like a kids series, right? I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. New movie. Nah, I'm not into Marvel, man. The only sci-fi I do is Star Wars. Marvel, I don't really. Yeah, I never got into it. Not my thing. Not my cup of tea. So I'm obviously experimenting with when is a good time to go online. I definitely feel like there's less engagement and less questions being asked. That's the third time someone's asking me this. I'm going to Belgium in 6 weeks. 6 weeks, guys. And so, as I was saying, it's coinciding with the cut. Um, and so the idea is to get to Belgium in like July. And right now, it is the rain season is about to start. So I would rather be in Belgium in July and August when it's raining here. Have you ever visited the pyramids of Egypt? I have not. All I ever, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but all I ever read about Egypt is really bad. Like, I'm on like this solo travel Reddit, and like the only country people consistently agree on that is like the worst experience is Egypt. Just apparently, it's just an incredible amount of people trying to scam you. You always have to pay more than the locals. Like, you don't get set prices in a restaurant. You pay how much, depending on how you look and how wealthy you look. I know myself that would not be a good combination. I would lose my shit. Like, I am highly sensitive. I'm allergic to that type of stuff. Like, the second I feel like I'm being taken advantage of, or someone's trying to like scam me, or like put me in a tourist trap, yeah, it's not. It's not. It doesn't end well. So I'm not. I don't think. I'll be super honest. Like, I don't really have any interest in Africa. It's there's like big parts of the world that I could not care less about in terms of like wanting to visit that culture. Like, I always had a thing for South America. I always had a thing for the US. I always had a thing, I want to go to Japan too. I want to do Canada. Africa doesn't even like, there's nothing, and I know this in some way this is going to come across as ignorant or something, but I mean, I don't see how it's ignorant. It's just I feel like I like what I like. I really don't like African food. I used to have a lot of it. My girl was African, my ex, and like so I had a lot of that. Like, it's not my, like, I just don't like it. That's a big thing. Like, I didn't like Bali for that reason. The food in Bali also sucked. Like, I was expecting Thai food, which is amazing, and then the food in Bali was so mid. A reason why also I would never go back to Colombia is because Colombia just doesn't have good food. They don't understand good food. It's just all fried bullshit. So I have no interest in visiting Africa. I have no interest in visiting Russia. That's not even politically. I just the culture does not fascinate me in the slightest bit. Um, China, I love Chinese food, but I'm not sure about the culture. Um, yeah, you see Taxi Driver? Yeah, I've seen that one. Amazing movie. What is your take on mass immigration to Europe? You feel it's wrong to openly say some groups are more problematic to integrate than others? No, I think it's a fact, man. Like, the problem with, so mass immigration is a big mistake. Um, I think immigrants should just follow a certain set of guidelines when they want to immigrate, and it's the exact same set of guidelines that I followed coming here to Mexico. One, pay motherfucking taxes. Like, the minute that you enter an economy, a country, you have to contribute. Period. So that's what I do. Um, that's why I also really don't like digital nomads working in, digital nomads using Mexico. I don't fuck with that. It should be illegal. They should tax them. Two, learn the goddamn language. Like, I speak Spanish, and I think, again, also I really don't like um, fellow foreigners like me that are here and they don't speak Spanish. It's like, bro, what are you doing? That's embarrassing. Like, so If you're trying to immigrate to Europe from an African country, yeah, you got to learn the language, dog. You got to contribute. Like, get a goddamn job and simple. So I don't think there's anything weird about wanting or saying that. Yeah, don't go to Canada or Australia. Just go to India. It's the same thing except cheaper, bro. You're telling me India is the same as Canada? Come on, man. I haven't even been to either one of those, and I know for a fact that's straight up that's nonsense. Like what? India is the same as Canada. All right then. Um, if you ever go to Canada, Toronto, please let me know. Visit us. I'll let you know. Can I exercise with a cold or the flu? Hell yeah, bro. I used to exercise with chemo, man. I'll even say this: I've I've exercised whilst sick and felt better afterwards. Like felt way less sick afterwards. So um, that's real. Do it. Go. What's up, Satofi? 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 Satofi. Yeah, I just think like the pendulum always switches, like it always goes too far, and then we overcorrect. I think that's basically the gist of what's happening in Europe right now with immigration. Like, of course, we have to open our doors and give people the chance to a better life, but there has to be restrictions and certain boxes that have to get checked if you want to, like, join a country. What are you talking about, man? I mean, I'm not gonna recap everything I just said. Talking about anything you want me to talk about, man. Ask me anything. We were just talking about mass immigration and movies and pyramids in Egypt and the NDA. Bro, I've been to Bulgaria. Honestly, when I was in Sofia, the Bulgarian city, the people were very nice. Bro, I've been to Bulgaria. I've been to Sofia. It's amazing. It's great. It's really good. Eastern Europe has like a lot of gems. I really liked Sofia too. Trying to think. I went to the capital of Croatia and it's called what was it called again? I forgot, but it was lame. It was dead. I'm gonna go to two weddings this summer, Portugal and Sicily. Classic Swede. Classic Swede having weddings in Portugal and Sicily. When did that become a thing? I feel like we really emulate the US with that type of stuff. I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like it's so wild to do a wedding in another country. Like I just the amount of pressure, financial pressure you're putting on your guest is so massive. I just don't get it. I just think I don't know, man. I think it's over the top. I'm hating hard, I know, but like, why does it have to be in like in a foreign location? Like, I just again, I think that's like the most like capitalistic bullshit to me. Like, the wedding in itself should be enough, special enough. Like why does it have to be on the beach in Portugal? Why does it like I don't get it, man. To me, that's like I'm very much opposed. Like people that spend 25K, 30K, 35K on one wedding day, to me are mentally ill. Like unless you have it like that. Like, but if you and your partner are both working full-time jobs, 8 hours a day, and then you spend 30K on a wedding, I never want to hear you fucking complain about stress or work pressure or anything again in your goddamn life because you're an idiot. Because you're living above your means and you're like, you're being a child. You're being a kid that wants something. Like I need my wedding to be 30K, and then you're putting this crazy pressure on yourself to make that money. And then you're like, oh my God, I gotta work so much. Like, no, you know how you do it? And this goes for anything. Don't be so goddamn frugal. Don't be living above your means. And then you don't gotta kill yourself at work to keep up with that ridiculous standard that you put for yourself. Like, people are so dumb, man. Like, spending 30K on one day is ridiculous. Spending 15K on one day, I think spending 10K on one day is ridiculous. Like, absolutely stupid, man. And it's this collective brainwashing, and I don't want to make it a gender thing, but I feel like so many women are just so like, they're like, this is my day, and it's like, I don't like, what a weird goal to have. My ring has to be at least like, what? How about you take that 30K and you easily spread it out over the next 2 years? Do you know how many fun things you can do with that? Do you know how many incredible romantic getaways, Airbnbs you can book with 30K? Like, literally 30. You can have 30 romantic weekend getaways that will enrich your life, like, for the next 3 years. But no, you wanted to spend it on one day. It's fucking stupid, man. Okay, if she is from Sicily, then that doesn't apply. If the person is from there, it makes perfect sense. I'm not hating on that. I'm hating on people that are like living that are from the Netherlands and then they want to get married in Spain. Like, my other friend who's married in Portugal is filthy rich. They love golf. Yeah, there you go. I mean, no. And if you got it like that, I'm all for it. I'm talking about, I just can't stand people, and this is like something I see in Belgium so much. People just fucking keeping up with the Joneses, you know? They just need this, like, they're just, yeah, I already said it. I already said it. Another thing that grinds my gears is like, why is everybody so afraid to admit that they're on a budget? Like, why is it such a thing to act like we all have money and we're all like I hate that. Like, I don't know. We need to normalize saying no, I'm not able to afford that, and like not have it be a thing. Like, I'm just so sick of, like, I have so many peers of my age that are just always complaining about stress of work. It's the same type of people that don't have time to go to the gym. It's always fucking them. And then they have a big ass BMW. Bro, buy your car secondhand. Like, why are you buying a new? It never, unless you own a business that you can use to write off the car. So you're putting the car in the company's name. Then it makes sense. If you're a fucking civilian, if you're an employee, you're buying new cars, you're dumb as hell. Unless you have the money and you're fine. But if you're like, you're paying 30% more than you should just because it's new. Go buy the car that is like 1 year old. It'll be like almost half of the price. Just small things, man. Like, and it's always the same people making the same dumb mistakes, wondering why they're not getting ahead. I've been using this like Gymshark tank top. I've had it for at least 8 years. I mean, I buy a lot of clothes. I'm not gonna lie. I do love fashion, but like, I don't like. I keep using it like it's, you know, capitalism. Yeah. Euphoria Films going to Europe soon. I'm in Mexico City though, but this summer I'll be in Europe. Yo, let's get some more thumbs. We need more thumbs in this bitch. Let's go. Also, if you want to support the channel, feel free. You can click on the $ below the chat box and make any type of donation to the channel as you please. Once again, big shout out to Iwa Hodges, who already came through with the super generous donation. I appreciate you always, always and everywhere. All right, keep the questions coming. You guys got me excited. See, this is what happens when I go on early. I get angry. This is the real me. Who? Somebody came in the other day and was like, "I never see you get angry." I'm like, "What?" I feel like I complain all the time. I feel like I'm angry, not angry, but like I definitely, I'm not a hothead, but I'm very passionate about my opinions. I would say. What's up, Lady R? How you doing, girl? Are there a lot of people in here that usually don't make it? Let me know. That stuff interests me. Trying to switch it up. Lady R, Janice, this is real. It's happening. How is your tooth feeling? I hope you're free. I hope you're pain free, my guy. Yeah, it's a lot better. It's a lot better. So, I mean, the whole of my jaw is still there. I'll show you guys. Like, mm, dun dun dun. Still walking around like that. Such is life. Stop crying about it. Stop bitching. Keep it pushing. But my tooth is a lot better. Corey, how do you stay motivated to work out even when you may not feel like it? Um, I don't rely on motivation. That's a tough question for me to answer because I have an addictive personality. So my biggest vice is weed. I have the weed addiction that I constantly battle. But on the other hand, I'm also addicted to the gym. So I haven't had a single day in the past, I want to say at least 12 years, where I did not feel like going to the gym. That's like an alcoholic saying he doesn't feel like having a beer. So I'm not the right person to speak on that. I'm addicted to the feeling of getting a pump. I'm addicted of the process of making my pre-workout. I'm addicted to showing up, looking myself in the mirror, like listening to music, the absolute, perfect fucking combination of music and caffeine. And I just I channel all my darkness, all my pain. I think about my ex. I put on sad music. I damn near cry. Often I'll shed a tear in the gym while I'm training, and I just take off and get super intense and wreck it. And I, so yeah, and that's why I always say, like, you guys are giving way too much respect and props to the gym people. It's like, wow, dedication. Like, bro, it's like praising a crackhead for smoking crack. Like, going to the gym and lifting weights when you're already jacked is the easiest thing in the world. It takes zero consistency or like all this nonsense. It's all bullshit. It's really easy. If you're already jacked, it's the most fun thing to do. It's like you go into the gym and you remind yourself and everybody that you're in way better shape than most people. It's a crazy ego boost. Fuck yeah. Yes, Janice, I'm gonna get it looked at. What is your record on the Cooper test? I had no idea, man. Appreciate you following the Instagram. My favorite neighborhood in Mexico City, Roma Norte, where I live. It's right in between Juarez and Condesa. It's mad safe. For me, Condesa is too much Gringolandia, which means like gringo country. So it's like too American, too gentrified, too polished. I feel like Roma Norte is still a little bit real. Are you learning Spanish? I speak Spanish. Um, Ace Hood. I woke up in a new Bugatti. What's up, dog? Do your family members got addictive personalities too? I don't think so. Nah, not really. No, no. You have nice, broad, and muscular shoulders. Let me hit a pose. I appreciate you. Sorry about your ex. It's fine. Um, by embracing the meaninglessness of life and using it to your advantage. If none of it matters, why would you worry about it? Like a form of positive nihilism, if you will. And just finding side quests. I always talk about that. Like, I just look at life like a big video game. Like, okay, so this is my character. Character has lost a jaw. Facial points -1,000. But let me send my character to the gym, pick up heavy circles, put them back down, insert protein in character. Character gets bigger. Okay, let me grow up my hair. Now let me rebrand my character to a Viking, put some braids in there. Now we have muscles and braids and a scarred face. Oh, you're a Viking now. Insert character into Mexico City, where there's not a lot of tall, white, blonde people. So it just like creates this perfect storm of like adventures and encounters and teach character Spanish. That's what I do, man. That's how I look at it. It's all a game. Don't take it too serious. I appreciate you, 6R6B6. I like Roma Norte. I like La Condesa too, but I know what you're saying. Do you have a favorite neighborhood in Guadalajara? I haven't been to Guadalajara. Still gotta go. I haven't visited the north, really. I gotta get into that. You look the best in long hair. Thank you, Ace Hood. I'm just talking shit, man. I didn't even know you spoke Spanish. I haven't been keeping up with you enough on YouTube as much as I want to. Hey, we gotta get some priorities going in life. Not keeping up with the Moon of Viking, that's a cardinal sin. What are you doing? Let me pop my Pankaj Ali. This is like a natural testosterone booster. Never had a dog. Not interested in learning boxing. Guys, we only got 13 thumbs. Can everybody do me a favor? If you haven't hit the thumb, close the chat window, hit the thumb, revert back to chat. Yes, lady, you gotta get on it. You gotta like log in. You need to binge my content, hit the like, leave a comment, even if you have nothing to say. I need you guys to work with me. I appreciate that. Don't you get frustrated living in these second, third world countries? I like to go on vacay, but to live there, I just feel like people are idiots, not on the ball. Whole society's dumb. Good question. I kind of agree to an extent. It's just that I see that, but then I also see the beauty of their culture. I see the things where I think they're better at. Um, and the thing is, man, even though Belgian society might be more evolved and smarter, they're also fucking dumb. Like, because they all chase the golden carrot. They all chase materialism. So it's like, they're not that much better. They're not that much wiser, I would say. So it's kind of like pick your poison. And here, the weather is a lot better. My position in society is much more interesting. It's just more fun. I kind of like being a unicorn, like it's fun to like speak Spanish as a foreigner. I like it. And Belgium is boring, man. It's just gray and boring, honestly. Will you stay for a long time in Mexico? Yeah, I feel like I have at least another year left, and probably more. But yeah, I get frustrated, stars on Mars. The biggest thing that frustrates me is the traffic, the lack of respect for human life. People here, they're all on their phone whilst driving. They're just all sending audio messages whilst driving. Like, it's fucking horrible. They will damn near hit you every time. They don't stop for pedestrians. They turn into monsters as soon as they enter a car. But like, it's bad. They make Italian drivers look like the most polite, safe drivers. Like, it's insane. By far the thing I hate the most about Mexico is how people treat traffic and how idiotic they are as soon as they enter a vehicle. I love the safety part, and weather is also huge. Stars on Mars, where I live in Mexico City, is safer than any Belgian city. I can't stress that enough. Like, I have no incentive to lie about that, man. In This is the safest place I've ever lived, besides like my literal rural suburb in Belgium, where it's just cows and nature. This is the second place, the second safest city I ever lived. It is way safer than Antwerp. When I say that, I mean where I live, not the whole city. Okay, I mean my neighborhood, which I don't really leave because it's big enough you don't have to leave. So safety is not an issue in Mexico City. I appreciate you, Corey. Lady R, I'm sure you've all already been asked what happened with the recent relationship. All right, if somebody, I'm gonna prostitute it out. If somebody sends a nice super chat donation, I will spill a little bit more beans on the relationship. Fuck it. At this point, might as well monetize it. And if not, I'll keep it in the tuck. Supply and demand. Supply and demand. That's the only thing I would charge for to talk about that because I need like a real incentive to like share on that part of my life because I don't like I feel like the only how do I say there's a lot of negative stuff that can stem from me speaking on that. So I would need some type of reward or incentive. I've not traveled anywhere, but as strange as it sounds, I would like to visit Iceland. I don't think that sounds strange at all. I feel like Iceland is one of the most popular locations. People love going to Iceland. They rave about it. Um, my best day is to cuddle with two of my dogs. We also have two Siamese cats. That sounds amazing. Not that. I mean, not personal safety, nor some medical care, trust, how they build buildings. Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah. Man, I'm on the same, like, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Like, okay, so that's funny. It's interesting. When I first got here, right, like, you'll go, like, for example, there's a Six Flags here, and I wanted to go to Six Flags with my ex, the one that, like, really messed me up. Um, and she was like, "No, I'm not going to Six Flags in Mexico." And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, and she's like, "It's not safe." And I didn't understand. I'm like, "Well, it's Six Flags. Like, it's gonna be like." I had this like kind of like standard default trust in the fact that a big major commercial corporation like Six Flags would be safe. Then in Mexico, yeah, no, there's not that norm of excellence. There's just not. There's not that like. There's not this like the way we have it in Germany or in Belgium, where when people do something, they do it right. Yeah, here they cut corners. That is a fact, and you got to be careful. You can't just indulge in everything. Like, yeah, I'm honestly surprised how generous you are on that particular topic. I mean, I feel like I've been quite private talking about the breakup because yeah, I feel like I haven't really given that much. It just I always remember. So I used to like listen to this rapper who's now basically a famous podcaster. His name is Joe Budden, and he was like kind of famous for like when he broke up with his girl at the time, he would make like a song talking about the relationship and like basically casting her in a bad light and making her sound crazy. And then another one time, one of his exes was interviewed and it was basically talk like, how do you feel about this song about you? And she was like, well, only one of us is a rapper and only one of us has a microphone, so like it doesn't matter what happened, like he's always gonna win, right? Because he's gonna craft what happened, his biased opinion of what happened. He's gonna pour that into into the mold of the song, and and it's gonna sound good, and it's gonna rhyme, and it's gonna flow. So people are gonna be like, yeah, that's what happened. And so, it's always like you can't win. So me as a YouTuber speaking on that and giving my 2 cents on the relationship and why it ended, she can't win. So I don't think that's really fair. That's why that's why I feel that way. Would you ever spend time in South America, Brazil? You have a robust personality and you would fit in easily in the Brazilian culture. Yeah, I had such a bad experience in Rio de Janeiro. I still got to go back to Brazil though to like try everything that's not Rio. I hated Rio. I've never been treated so bad. I've never been made to feel so ugly as I did there. So I have a bit of a bias, but I understand that most Brazil is not like that. So I don't know. Right now, South America is not calling me. Right now, I'm more happy to explore Mexico, to explore Canada, to go to Japan. Like Satofe, it's your last year, okay? Buenos Aires is one of the coolest city. Yeah, but it has Argentinians in it. Ah, I'm kidding, guys. I'm kind of kidding. I feel bad for young people today. I have a 25-year-old stepdaughter. She had a good career. She's attractive, and I observe young people don't date like they did through cell phones. Yeah, yeah, it's a bad deal out here. Yeah, Corey, I gotta get into real Brazil. I feel you. You're right on that. Satolfe, you mean your last year of life? Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. There's no way you can switch the medication. You can like, there's no way out. Guys, this live went on a lot longer than I anticipated, which I guess is a good thing. Um, I have to go though. My generation is suffering because of cell phones. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But I also feel like we romanticize the past. There's a lot of things that are better today than in the past. So it's like, I don't know. Like the 90s and stuff, it was also like a lot of sitting around and not doing anything. Give South America another chance. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The older I get, the less hungry I am to travel. And it happens in spurts with me. It happens in like I was traveling for like a month, 2 months ago. I like to like push it for a bit. Do you think there's more than two genders? on that note, on that note, um, I mean, I think biologically there's only two genders, but I fully respect anyone and acknowledge anyone that wants to be another gender. Like they're not hurting anyone by doing that, so I don't care. All right, guys, gots to go, gots to run, gots money to make. Boosh.